Thank you for coming along with us on this super deep dive of the Honda Civic Type R. This video dives into the many driving modes of the car, but we set out to see if the Civic Type R experience really does beat you up, or is it actually comfy? We put 4 tanks of gas in the Civic Type R for our testing, and I was surprised in many ways what the Civic Type R is all about. To understand the purpose of the Type R is to understand more fully the Integra Type S, which is nearly perfect. We hope you enjoy some of our discoveries after driving this beautiful car, and thanks for coming along for the ride. All right. This is looking pretty. Let's go ahead and hop in here. Oh, right when I get in, these bolsters are pretty aggressive. They keep you really snug, so the feel of it feels really good. There's a lot to see. So, of course, you got the production number of the Type R right there. Engine starting. Got the shoes to match. The interior, oh yeah. Just needs a better dead pedal, if you know what I'm saying. Alright. Oh, that is so cool. Nice. Is it gonna prompt me on how to start up this thing? You have some instructions. There we go. I'm liking the knob. It's a good knob right there. Has a really good feel. Yes, and that knob, these are perfect knobs. They're perfectly situated so that when you're shifting, you can have the precision that you need. That will turn off, come on. I'm liking the sounds. It's got good sound so far. Yeah, so liking the shift. Shift boot's nice. Their steering wheel is exactly the same one as my Integra A-Spec, exactly. The same stitching. This is chrome finish on mine. This is piano black on mine, but otherwise same form. And of course, this piece is different. But many things very similar. All right, shall we? So the Type R, with all of its racing prowess, doesn't have any electronic controls in here. That might not be a big deal to some, but it's not terrible. Not too bad. So, okay. Clutches seems, I don't know. Can't tell if it's different from the Integra Type S. Feels, it feels good. Definitely feels good. This feels really responsive. I really like how it's very responsive. I like that. Really nice. Yeah, like it's ready to go. I like that a lot. Really nice. All right, so here we go. I'm not going to drive it real fast just yet. Just want to feel how it drives just normally. How does it handle in slower speeds? I really do like these bucket seats though. I mean, you can pretty much call them bucket seats. They're pretty nice. Oh. Oh, carpool lane. Nope. Okay, I gotta say the responsiveness around that corner was pretty awesome. I really do like that. That feels good. Just not accelerating quickly yet. Very good response. Very good. So we're just in regular sport mode. There's individual mode, sport, and comfort. Let's cruise in comfort for a minute here to see what it's like. Because I think a lot of folks are wondering, is this a good daily driver? And specifically, are you going to get tired of driving this day in and day out? But I guess it just depends. But honestly, in comfort mode, just cruising down the street here, just the highway, cruising down the highway here is not bad. I don't think it's bad. I think it's pretty comfortable. So in comfort mode, pretty good. I would say this could be a daily driver. Just initially, we'll have to see over the course of the next several days how it goes. But initially, I'm not feeling any discomfort here, on the highway. I really like this ride, actually. It's responsive. It's nothing like the Charger. The Charger is a completely different type of car. Both quick. But this one just has a much more responsive experience. There's Honda. Hello, Honda. Not bad. And it's not totally cushy plushy when we're going over some of these overpasses. So there is some bouncing, but just subtle bouncing. It's not horrible. Not horrible. But comfort mode so far is not bad. So we'll just take it a couple more miles down. We'll see in about 10 more miles, see how it is. Even against some of the most impressive cars, this car stands out with its sleek body lines. Oh my. The front end is also quite impressive. I do love it. 3/4 angles are very nice. So I want to show you the difference between Championship White and a typical Brilliant White. You can see on the Tesla here on the left side. But Championship White is kind of an ivory white, kind of a creamy white, just a rich, creamy, but yet brilliant white, and it looks so pretty. It's a unique white, and it's a historic color that is found only on particular products. The Integra Type R also is known for this Championship White, but it is just such a pretty color. It's not your usual white that you're used to seeing. Although Honda does make some really pretty platinum white colors, this Championship White is just impressive. One of the markers of a great handling car is how it feels shifting lanes. Not bad. And we're in comfort mode. I mean, come on. Handles great. Yep. So when you're in comfort mode, it's definitely more soft in the steering, not as responsive as you would expect. It's easy. But it's comfortable. Yeah. I like it. I like it. So slower speeds and just cruising around town here, not bad. I mean, even when I'm going over these big bumps here, trying not to go in any potholes, but just kind of the more bouncy terrain on the road, it's not bad actually. So if there were concerns about driving this on a daily basis, I think you could totally do it. And that's just my initial impression. This is in comfort mode. So yeah, it's not bad. This road is actually pretty nice. So let's see if we can find another road. Here we are on the Pacific Coast Highway. I just saw an SI. That was a Civic SI that just passed us. Hang on. Pretty dang awesome here. One of the world famous highways and one of the most spectacular as far as the views go. Oh yeah, the pier. Port. I guess they call it the port, right? Ooh, look at that classic truck. That's sweet. Then we've got Gotham City here on the right side. It's pretty awesome. A lot of different variety of scenery here. But honestly, in some of the more rough sections of the road, it's not really bad. So if you're wondering how easy it is to shift gears in this car, it's very easy. So try second gear. Look at that. Pro. All right, third gear. Excellent. Pro. Really fun. All right, so I think we found the ideal road to test the comfort mode. And oh, look at here. We've got a 3.2 TL. Look at that. We found the optimal road to be able to do this test. You know, is it able to hold its own in comfort mode? Because we know this is a race car, but if you had this as your only car, would it be an ideal car for you? Would it be comfortable enough? We're just gonna listen to some of the sounds around us. So yeah, we are definitely bouncing around more than your average. And so the suspension on the Civic Type R is pretty tight compared to probably your average vehicles, even in comfort mode. So comfort mode it's pretty responsive. You know, you're not gonna roll anytime driving this car. You're always gonna be in a kind of race mode. You're not gonna have that comfort in the Civic Type R. And I've driven many cars that have a very comfortable ride, and the trade-off there is the performance. And so when you've got a super comfortable ride, super supple suspension, you know, all of that, the trade-off is the responsiveness. And this car it's kind of a race car in a sense that you can drive this on a daily basis but still have a performing experience, which is really kind of a unique experience. So the Civic Type R, if you want one of these cars I think it's an amazing car to get, honestly. I would not be sad driving this car on a daily basis with the knowledge that I know it's going to be a little bit more firm in the suspension. But it's not so bad that I don't think you'd tire of it. If you want a car that is just really high performing, responsive at all times, this car is definitely able to achieve that, I think. So that's one of the cool things about this car. Definitely got some performance aspects here in comfort mode, and the sounds of this vehicle are really awesome. I really like the sounds of it. Really good performance. So as a daily driver, if you want to have an amazing and a fun time, this is definitely an option for you. Bit of stop and go traffic here. So how is it in stop and go traffic? So this does have brake hold, which is kind of nice. Got this on, and then when you're in neutral, just let go of the brake and all that. And when you're ready to go, you just go. So if you were in stop and go traffic, that's what you could do. So it's not bad. One thing about these Hondas, the suspension and all of that is very good. It's actually pretty high quality stock. So you don't need to be going and upgrading all of the components of the cars. The way that they are engineered is really good. Wow, this is definitely higher sustained revving. So when you are in race mode, this thing is always going to be engaged. So let me show you in first gear. Let go of the gas. Check it out. It just keeps it sustained. That is really neat. So we've got that engagement in first gear. Second gear is very similar. You are going to stay engaged. Really pretty neat. And to have that level of control in your gearing is really, really cool. Also, practically, the practicality of this. So if you're on a hill, it does have the hill assist. So if you stop and then you need to go, you have that hill assist. So you don't need to worry about rolling back. Just need to keep it properly engaged. Oh, look at that. So pretty. Fun little nursery over there. Oh, and there's the ocean. So my conclusion on comfort mode is that it is just that. It's comfortable. When looking at the Civic Type R, you immediately know that this is going to be a special ride with that enormous rear wing. Some may not realize that the Type R really was designed for the track. You can tell when you turn the car on, the welcome screen clearly shows you the red and white racing curbs. This is your hint about the type of car that you have just stepped into. It was designed and engineered for the track. That makes it special just because of that. It wasn't necessarily designed to be a premium sports vehicle. It does provide an extremely premium experience in my opinion, but the reality is this car is a street legal race car. It's so fun to drive, and with that you expect the driving experience to be more firm than most. After spending hours driving the Civic Type R in comfort mode, I was fully enjoying the experience, and it doesn't take away from the feeling of the type of car that you are driving. It does tone down the stiffness quite a bit to the point that you really don't mind driving it in just about every situation. In fact, the only drivers I wouldn't recommend this car to are those with significant back issues. It isn't going to be a comfortable ride for those types of drivers. I describe this as race-focused while being a comfortable daily driver, and the experience only gets better from here. I'm about to take you on a fun little stretch of road that has plenty of turns, plenty of lanes to change and accelerate in, and this really shows the personality lighting up with the Civic Type R. This is a precursor to the infamous Plus R mode. This is some serious fun. Buckle up.
Phenomenal response here. Phenomenal handling. Whenever you need to do something, you just tell it to do it and it does it. It's just one of the most impressive rides that you can get. With the limited slip differential, doesn't matter if the lane ends, you just keep going. Oh, I guess it does matter when there's a crate in front of you. So the Civic Type R will only be as fast as your fastest crate. And so you can kind of see those connectors, not bad. I mean, we are bouncy a little bit. There's definitely some bounce to it, but I don't consider it uncomfortable. Exciting, yes. Uncomfortable, no. Great shifting experience. So if you need to do those quick shifts, this definitely can do it. Superb shifting experience. Superb. So I don't expect it to be any better than what it is. The Civic Type R is just amazing. So guys, something that I want to show you that is very good with this car is if you have the drive mode switch and press and hold up, it will actually take you into the individual mode, so you can go through and you can select the different modes, steering. So of course you'd want plus R mode. You probably want plus R mode for steering, but sometimes I like to do comfort. And here you go, comfort, engine sound, plus R, I mean, who wouldn't want that? Rev match, comfort or sport, you know, whatever you want. But that's kind of the nice thing about this, is you've got the ability to customize this If you think the sport suspension is just a little bit too much for you, which personally I have no issue with, then you can switch it to comfort or sport. I think they're both acceptable as they are, but it's a serious win with this car, so I don't think you can go wrong with any of that. Really good option, and that's what I do with my A-Spec. I like to have everything dialed into the engine and the suspension, so it's up to you. Pretty sweet though. So we're just gonna show you some gearing for this test. So third gear, about 48 miles an hour, 4,000 RPM. Taking it to 5,000 RPM, 65. So the gearing on this is pretty aggressive. We're in fourth gear. This is the mid-range of the Civic Type R. So there's tons more capability in this car. Thus, the track car personality and characteristics of this car. There's no way you're going to be able to push this car on any of these surface streets or freeways. So as a day-to-day driver, super easy to drive, I think. Of course, you have those basic characteristics where you've got the stiffened suspension, a little bit more firm on the steering aspect. So that aspect of it is really, really sporty, and you're going to get that every day that you drive this. But when you take it on the track, it will liven up quite a bit to where you've got quite a bit of potential with this car. So from 5,000 in fourth, and it still wants to go. If you let off the gas, you definitely do. I mean, it does sustain the power in plus R mode. So we get to 5,000 RPM. It does sustain. Now, when you are at 5,000 and you shift to fifth, which you don't need to, you've got a lot of power left in this thing, and it still keeps going. So this car, you constantly need to watch where you're going. So, right now we're on a track, so we're good to go, but just kidding. You just need to be watching your speeds. So fifth gear. And of course, when you get into sixth gear, this thing is taking a nap pretty much. So quite a bit of potential for this car that you, on a daily basis, you're not really tapping into. And so that is the allure of this car, I believe, is during the week, you go to work, you're having fun, this thing corners well, handles well, like everything about this car handles well. And then on the weekends, you could take this to the track and have a lot of fun. And you don't need to take a trailer to the track, so you're already geared up and ready to go. So that is the perfect vehicle, in my opinion, for the sports enthusiast. And the price range. I mean, the price range is phenomenal. For this price, $43,000, as far as the experience goes, the ownership experience, everything else about this car is perfection. Everything about this car I love. So there you have it. The last test that we have is a canyon road, but even having not driven the canyon road yet, this car has been stunning, and I've loved this vehicle. So Honda, well done on this vehicle. It is perfection in almost every way. So I gotta do this just one time where I get these shift lights to light up and make the sound. It's one of the coolest things of this car. There's a lot of cool things about this car, but... That's all I can do right here. Cool though, right? Another cool thing about this car is when you downshift from second to first, the RPMs stay engaged. So you don't have that jolt that a lot of manual transmissions do. So I really like that about this car. It's just those touches that Honda puts on this car that make it special. Just show you some second gear characteristics. So here is the most special piece of this car, the engine, of course. This engine has taken really good care of us these last couple of sessions. I really, really like how they're giving it the sporty look, the carbon fiber look. Looks great. Doesn't sound impressive here, but this engine is so amazing driving. I can't say enough good about this engine. It's just outstanding. Driving this has been so fun. And that's what this car is all about, just fun. They made this car for fun, that is it.
I hope you've had a lot of fun driving along with us in the Civic Type R. I think I was able to satisfy my curiosity if the Civic Type R really was as harsh as I've heard. I don't think it was harsh at all. I think it's a race car. I expect firm handling of a race car and of a street-legal vehicle that is ready for the track. I was actually a bit surprised at how much I loved driving the Civic Type R, and this is after I've been driving my own Integra Type S since it was released. And if you watched my Integra Type S driving impressions, you know how I feel about that car. The Civic Type R is truly in a class of its own in many ways. It's front-wheel drive, but the magic Honda inserts into the handling is something I think many are in awe of. In high-speed turns, in corners, it doesn't matter. This car holds so firmly, it's astounding at just how well it does. Is it all-wheel drive? I mean, really, Honda, is it? What did you do there? It's just so good. My impressions of this car cannot be described adequately at just how well it handles. By driving this car is believing, and I am a true believer of this car. It's no wonder Honda puts the Type R badge on it, a badge that only the most special products deserve. I left wanting to buy this car myself, and I own an Integra Type S. Serious fun and serious value starting at $43,000. It's worth every penny in my opinion, and I'm so glad to see Honda doing so well in the industry and just really killing it out there. With the new platform the Prelude is now showing, we are in for some very exciting times from Honda. If you have a chance to drive this car, and even purchase it, definitely do it. You'll be so pleased with the handling and the constant grins it puts on your face. Thank you, Honda, for providing such an amazing vehicle for the world to enjoy. Please keep making more of these so that more folks can experience this glorious, track-focused, and exhilarating car.